My name is Pninit, and I will be talking about the impact of COVID-19 on the Australian public transport industry. As we all know, early this year, the World Health Organization declared COVID-19 a global pandemic. Consequently, many countries closed their borders and imposed a curfew, which led to a reduction in demands for public transport locally and globally. The COVID-19 pandemic is likely to have a longer effect on our behavior and lifestyle, including how we travel, work, and consume. We have seen more than half of the world working remotely, and we learned that people could achieve many tasks and work-related activity without a significant drop in productivity or quality. Therefore, the long-term effect on workforce and public transportation will continue even after things will return to normal. The Porter 5 model. Supplier power. With a low demand for public transport, the supplier of the service have low power to increase the fare. Buyer power. The low demand for public transport means that people using the service are few than the supply. Therefore, they have the power to dictate the price charged as fare. Competitive rivalry. During the COVID-19 period, public transports are likely to face stiff competition from bicycle and scooter transport. Notably, these transports do not promote conjunction, and therefore they have a competitive edge over the buses and trains. Threat of substitution. Buses and trains, which are primarily form of public transports, are facing a threat of substitution from bicycle, scooter, and Uber rides, which are less likely to spread the virus. The threat for new entry. The decline of demand for buses and trains as a public transport mean suggests a threat for new entrant, which might try to seize the opportunity. Therefore, the threat of a new entrant. Value destroying. Value destruction is an organization referred to a decrease in the enterprise value of a company within the context of a public transport. Value destruction can be viewed as a reduction in industry investment value. The reduced revenue can reflect the value destruction due to the virus in public transport. Notably, as a result of COVID-19, the revenue generated by public transport in Australia has decreased. The severity of value destruction depends on the severity of the virus across the virus's states. Karikoulopoulos 2020 indicates that from 2019 to 2020 and 2020 to 2021, the revenue of public transport in Victoria is projected to fall by 3% and 7%, respectively, while the Department of Transport in New South Wales, the revenue is estimated to fall by 1% and 6.1% within the same period. In the Department of Transport and Main Roads Queensland, they estimated to fall by 2.5% and increase by 1.9%. The reduction in revenue results from a declining use of public transport services to save costs. The trend indicates that continued exposure to COVID-19 is likely to lead to more significant reduction in public transport use. Therefore, the increase in value destruction of public transports. Competitive advantage. Competitive advantage refers to factors that allow a company or an industry to produce goods and services better than their rival. The factors enable productive entity to realize more sales or superior revenue margin than its market rivals. COVID-19 has created competitive advantage for some sub-industries in the public transport. Public transportation, such as buses and trains that promote crowding, have been greatly affected, and therefore other public transport means have gained an advantage. According to iMove 2020, indicates that cycling has seen a boom and the use of scooters in some areas has increased. Essentially, that means the pandemic existence has favored those uptake public transport area leading to their increased production. To summarize my key points, COVID-19 pandemic created a new reality where people had to find new ways to travel to work. Cycling and riding on scooters are a comfortable and safe way to travel in the city, and this is an excellent opportunity to promote green, eco-friendly way to travel. Thank you for listening.